Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the first episode of Tate Talk. I am Real Estate Tate. I am an affiliate broker with Assured Real Estate Services. I am a licensed life insurance producer as well. I am an educator, mentor. I'm a jack of all trades. Let's say that. This is going to be a great series. Doing it as a podcast, vlog, video, kind of podcast thing here. And my major focus is really three things: health, wealth, and growth. Those are the three major components that we talk about here. And we talk about it from very different perspectives. Different professionals are going to come on. We're going to do interviews with people of all sorts to touch on those three topics. This is for anybody. This information is for anyone who wants just a little bit better, a little bit more out of their situation and what they are trying to accomplish in life, right? So today we're going to talk about those three topics in general, right? But just so just to get started here, I want you guys to kind of think about this. Health, wealth, and growth were all severely challenged in the past year. I think we can all agree to that. It was challenged in many different ways. Some people were laid off from work. Some people had to change their entire business plans. So I totally understand that. Today's episode is titled, "Are you prepared or are you hoping?" Are you prepared or are you just hoping? The difference between preparedness and hopefulness, I would think, is obvious. However, we're going to talk a little bit about it. Being prepared, right? So do you have a plan in place? Nobody expected a pandemic, but I'm sure there were some people who planned and were prepared for it. People don't expect a lot of tragedy in instances that come up in our lives, right? However, if you're prepared, it's a little easier to handle. It's a little less stressful, right? So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. So with the first point right here, we're going to just jump right in with health. Health is very important, as we all know. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Vaccines are getting thrown out left and right here. So health is crucial. People with underlying conditions are even more at risk. And some of these conditions can be helped and changed. You can turn some of these things around. It's simple stuff. A lot of times it's just managing what you are eating, what you're putting in your body is crucial. It's crucial. Right? A little bit of exercise. There's a study, AARP did a study, it's on their website, and it says that people who are active, even older people who are active, live longer. They said there were 70-year-olds. They did a study on some people in their 70s, men and women in their 70s. And they did a study, and their organs are just as healthy as people 30 years younger than them just because they're active. That isn't a sign of what is, right? So today is just talking about that. There's preventive things that we could do to get out of that. And let me put a disclaimer here. By no means am I any kind of health professional or, what financial advisor or any of that kind of stuff. Everything I talk to you guys is based on experience and facts that I find. I'm a big researcher and things like that. So I enjoy doing a little bit of research and finding out these things that are, especially those things that are important in our lives, right? And health is one of those things. And welcome everybody who's watching, by the way. This is live streaming on YouTube, Facebook as well, my business page and my personal page on Facebook. So you guys, you drop the post, drop some comments. I can see them and I'm happy to talk to you guys. That's what this is about. It's not about me kind of lecturing or anything like that. This is about feedback. If you guys think I'm saying something that's wrong or or you can add to the conversation. By all means, jump on in. If you have questions, please drop them in the post, drop them in the comment section, and I will definitely be addressing them as we go along through this thing. Okay. All right. So just again, health. Today is World Cancer Day. Cancer is huge in America. It touches just about everybody's life. If you haven't had any experience with cancer or a member of your family, then you are very, very lucky as an American. It is the number 2 cause of death in the United States. Anyway, so today is World Cancer Day, and I want to just give this little slide across the bottom. It says to save millions of lives from preventable deaths each year by raising awareness and education about cancer and pressing governments and individuals across the world to take action against this disease. Did you guys know that next year, 1.9 million cases, this year actually, 2021, there are 1.9 million cases projected to be recorded next year. Cancer cases, 1.9 million new cancer cases just this year alone. Out of those, they're projecting that 609,000 will pass from the disease. That's insane. And then here's the bigger kicker for me. The biggest kicker of all is that most of these could be avoided. In fact, the American Cancer Society said that a substantial proportion of cancers could be prevented. Excluding non-melanoma skin cancer, at least 42% of newly diagnosed cancers in the U.S., including 19% of cancer caused by smoking and at least 18% caused by a combination of excess body weight, alcohol consumption, poor nutrition, and physical inactivity. You could avoid cancer by just being active, not over drinking, not smoking. Little things like that could give you years, could save your life. It's insane. So it's World Cancer Day. I just wanted to do a quick, homage to them, just to let to world cancer. I know there are people fighting it. There are some survivors. I know some personally in my life, and they are true warriors. But for those who haven't been diagnosed or had any kind of encounter with that, there are ways you can avoid having that happen. And then your body is all you got, literally. So if you don't take care of it and you have a family, what happens if your body fails? If your body says, you know what, we're done, this is too much, or whatever. If it quits and then it just fails, is your family protected when that happens? It's inevitable, right? We're all going to die. We're all going to pass sometime. But is your family protected? Do you have items and things in place? Is your business in order? Are your affairs in order if something tragic happened? Catch COVID-19 and get hospitalized, God forbid. However, this is what happened all last year. Tons and tons of families, no protection, no life insurance, not a lot of times no health insurance, which is even more sad. And would your kids be okay if you were not here tomorrow? That's the real question I want to pose. Because I love the kids. Do a lot of mentoring, things like that, and kids go through a lot already. But if you are not selfless enough to take care of yourself, to be around for your kids, and you pass, wouldn't you at least want them to be set up to be able to financially make it? They're already going to have emotional issues and scars, right? But wouldn't you want them to be able to have the money to be able to survive? Have the assets, a place they could call home, right? There are just far too many families that do not have that. In fact, 63% of Americans are currently living check to check. This is according to a study by CNBC. It's on CNBC.com. 63% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck since the pandemic started. Out of those people, how many have any kind of assets? Retirement account, own their home, got investments, any kind of passive income, insurance, life insurance. How's your credit, right? All those things are vital in order to try to build any wealth for you and your family. It's just crucial. Hey, Nicole, how you doing? So the main thing here is I just want to bring the attention here. Health, wealth. We've already talked about health. There's simple things that you could do. Wealth, there are simple things that you could do. You don't have to make $1 million to be wealthy, to have savings, to have assets. You do not have to be a millionaire. Over time, the collection of assets will probably make you a millionaire, maybe a multimillionaire. And even if you fell short there, what is your number? What number do you need to hit? Many people don't even think about these things. And that's what I see sad. And that's why I feel that this platform is necessary. I want to get this information out to those people that actually want the information, want a little bit better, and I want to give them the tools to do that. Now, thinking about wealth and seeing what the rents have been doing, rent rates have been just going up every year, up and up and up and up and up. Average rent in America right now, I believe, is around $1,100 or something like that. Let's just do easy numbers. It's $1,000, and we multiply that by 12 months. It's $12,000, right? And 12 times 30, what is that? $360,000, something like that. That's a house. It's paid for if you're just renting. My point is that that same rent money that you guys are spending could be used into putting into an asset that if you passed, something that you could leave to your children. Or if you stay alive, you could borrow from equity, right? You can borrow from this asset, put your kids through school, start a business, emergency come up, pay for medical bills. And this is all just from owning a home. We're not even talking about our IRA accounts or any kind of investment properties or investing in general. This is just from buying a home for you and your family to live in. The wealth benefit is vital, and it starts with home ownership. It really does. It really does. Until you get that, and once you have your home, if you do pass too early, you protect it with insurance. Life insurance protects you, protects income, right? So you guys, we got to do better. We have to do better. There's just far too many of us burying parents off of fish fry money, off of GoFundMe money, off of collections, just asking. It's just too much of it. So in order to change this, you need to be armed with the information. Okay? And information is what I'm going to be giving you guys here. This is the new platform. I'm going to be here every Thursday, 6 p.m. just to talk to you guys about whatever. I have interviews already lined up. It's some really good stuff. And I'm really excited. I see that you guys are agreeing with me here. Seeing you guys in the comments agreeing. So it just proves that this is a needed conversation. We don't talk about wealth and health enough. Now we want to move on to growth. Hold on, before I do that, talking about wealth, with everyone living paycheck to paycheck, what do you think their savings accounts look like? If you're living paycheck to paycheck, how much can you actually save? Right? The average American doesn't even, we're talking about living paycheck to paycheck or having the funds to take care of your kids for years if you pass. What if you got an $800 car repair bill for tomorrow? Still got your car note. Now the car needs a repair. $800. Could you come out of your pocket and do it? A lot of families, they really wouldn't be able to. They really wouldn't. In fact, the rule of thumb is to have 3 months of savings to cover the expenses. That's an emergency account. The emergency account should be 3 months of your income. Most Americans don't even have that. It's very sad. If we're not going to save the money, then we have to find another way to build that wealth. You have to forcibly make yourself save that money. Home ownership is one way to do that. And I'm going to get off the wealth one. There's still a lot to talk about on all these topics, but I'm going to leave that one right there. Last and not least, we're going to talk about growth. To me, growth is synonymous with education. I really feel that in order to grow, you need to learn more. In fact, one of my co-mentors said today that education changes situations. It's absolutely true. Absolutely true. The more, if you knew better, you do better. That's what we say where I'm from. You knew better, you do better. Right? So knowledge is the key to doing that. Many people don't know what tools and assets tools are available out there that they can use and access to get any of this stuff that we're talking about going right now. And when you jump in all alone, it feels like it can be very overwhelming. So my job is to educate you as much as possible on these topics. When it comes to growth, education is key. We saw with the massive amounts of layoffs this past year that even your job isn't secure. It's nothing secure in working for someone. It's just not. And you can take that however you like. But working for someone is propelling their dreams forward. Do you want to be working towards your dreams or working for someone else's dreams? Whether or not your job is great and you got great benefits and all that good stuff, that's fine. And I'm not telling you to just up and leave them for no reason. But I'm telling you, there is always some extra income that you can make. There's always a problem that needs to be solved. And when that happens, there's a company that can make a profit. When those things exist, that's all it takes. All it takes. During the Great Depression, most of Americans could not find work. Money, dollar bills were worthless. They were using them to keep warm, burning cash to keep warm. It's insane. But that was also the period where most of the businesses grew. When people don't have that comfort of a job, that comfort of, oh, all right, I got a check coming because I did my 40 hours this week or whatever. Until you're outside that comfort zone, most people won't make that jump. And I think it's based mostly on fear. I believe everyone wants to be their own boss. I really do. Now, it's not for everyone, but I think deep down, everyone has that desire to go and chase their own dream. If your dream is working at a warehouse or any, good on you and more power to you. However, if you want more out of life and you want to grow, that's what we're talking about, growth, right? And you want to grow, you have to teach yourself better. You got to learn a trade, learn a skill or a hobby. Hobbies make money, believe it or not. I know people who do, dip strawberries and decorate things and it makes some money. They can make a little side money if they want. My point is that with growth comes education. With education actually comes growth. Learning something new can be scary. I know. You're talking to a guy that jumped from the car business on track to make $100,000 in the car business, on track to make $100,000 and jumped into real estate with no kind of clientele, no deals lined up, no real idea of how the business worked, no idea where any of that stuff. But I jumped because it was a passion and I'm chasing my dream. Far too many people are sitting on the ledge watching. You're going to look up one day and say, I should have. Man, if I would have, I bet you it would have been so great. Don't let that time pass you by. It's your number one asset. We're talking to my mentees today. Your number one asset is your time. Everything else you can make up for. You can make up for everything else. Lost money, lost relationships, lost deals, lost friends, all of that. You can make up for all of that stuff. One thing you cannot make up for is time. You cannot. Once it's gone, it's gone. And there's no getting that minute, that second, that hour, that day back. What we got here? Right? That's right. Right, Hassan. The point here is that more people need to know that there are not limitations on what they can do with their life. Far too many people set these limitations in their heads. It starts early. I'm not going to get into a psychology thing here, but most people are in their heads. And if you knew better, you do better. And get away from fear. You got to get away from all the fear. Also with growth, I think we got to take more time with ourselves. If we understand ourselves, then a lot of that fear we understand is where it's coming from. And once we understand where it's coming from, we can better get a good grip on how we want to overcome or power through. Do we want to go around this situation, through it, over it, under it? You know what I mean. Take time with yourself, some quiet time, 15 minutes a day, just to think, envision what it is you want with your life. How do you want to grow? What does growing look like for you and your family? Are you guys prepared? Preparedness comes with so much behind it. It's not just if you're prepared to pass. It's not if you're just prepared to see, 63% of Americans. You need to be prepared. And I think the major way for preparation is to be setting goals. Many people don't even do it. And if they do, it's more of a resolution than a goal. Oh, this year I'm gonna go and get in shape. I'm gonna go to the gym. Man, that's so broad. There's no way to follow up and measure that. Oh, this year I'm gonna go to the gym. All right, you went one time, tried to signed up, paid your membership for the year, and never went in and actually put any work in. Need to be setting goals for yourself and your family. Okay? SMART goals in particular, as you can see on the screen. SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Specific, Just like we were talking about, you can't say I'm gonna go into the gym this day. I'm gonna go into the gym this year. You gotta say, all right, I'm gonna go in the gym 3 times a week. I'm gonna hire me a trainer. I'm gonna work on cardio this day. I'm gonna do some lifting this day, and bang, bang, bang. And then you work it out. You track it. Track how many pounds you've lost through the weeks. Take pictures of your body, see the changes. Those things are very motivational. So be specific, measurable. If you can't measure it, it doesn't exist. If you can't measure it, it just doesn't exist. Make sure that it's realistic. If you want to lose 100 pounds, don't say you want to lose it in a month. It's not healthy, one. And number two, if you do lose that weight that fast, it may cause more health issues. But make sure it's something that is attainable, right? You want it to be difficult goal, but you don't want it to be impossible. There's no real gratification in obtaining a goal that is too easy to get, right? It's like doing your chores. You got dishes in the sink. You know how to do the dishes, so you go get them done. It's not, it's not gratifying. But if you set a goal for yourself that's big and you didn't even know if you could really get it, and you actually go out and get it, that feeling is one of the best feelings in the world. It really, really is. Relevant. Make sure that the goal is relevant to what you're trying to accomplish. Doesn't make any sense to set a weight loss goal when the goal is really to become a better swimmer, unless you need to lose some weight to do that. Make sure that it's just relevant to the goal, to your actual goals and what you're trying to accomplish big picture wise. And lastly, like we were just talking about, time is something that you can't get back. And you need to be setting deadlines for yourself. You can say, I want to lose 100 pounds, but if you don't ever set a deadline, how do you know you've obtained it? Back to measurable, right? So yes, that's what it is. Make sure that they're specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time bound, and you should be good to go. I think we all have leaps and bounds of growth that we have in us. Most people have not even accessed a percentage of what they're capable of. And I want to be here to try to help you guys do that. This is going to be an outstanding year. It really is. I'm excited. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I'm sure all you guys do too. Thanks you guys in the chat. I see you guys. This is important. This is crucial. If you're not making that decision now about where you want to be, how you want, your family to be taken care of, if something happens to you, is there a plan in place? Preparedness is everything, guys. You have to be prepared for everything. It's funny. I was just thinking, my brother has, he's kind of like an end of the world prep kind of guy. And he has a plan for every situation from if there's a tornado coming through the city, if we go under martial law, if there is a break-in, any of that stuff. Him, his wife, and his son, they know what to do out of all those situations. I think it's smart for every family to have a disaster readiness plan, a financial readiness plan, a family plan, just a plan for the future, a plan, period. Stop flying through your life by the seat of your pants. Take control, take some ownership. You guys can absolutely do this. I've done it. If I've done it, all of you can do it for sure. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact. So, are you prepared or are you hoping? Are you sitting around with your bag of hopes, just waiting on that good day to come, waiting on God to rain down the blessings on you, just so it miraculously you live the life that you want? I'm gonna tell you guys, time is important. And don't wait on that day. Don't wait on that day for something miraculous to come. That's like wanting to win the lottery without buying a lotto ticket. I don't think it's gonna happen. I really don't. So make sure that you guys are preparing yourself for this year, for anything else that comes up. We've got some really great information coming on this next week. We've got one of a long-time investor. He's going to talk to us about getting some investment properties, the difference between fix and flip. He also has his real estate license. So we're going to talk to him a little bit about why an investor of 11 years would go back and get his real estate license later, and all those things there. So next week, we're going to be talking a little bit about wealth and how you could get your start in investing. If that's something that interests you, make sure that you subscribe on YouTube, and hit the notifications bell once you subscribe on YouTube so you can catch me go live every Thursday, 6 p.m. right here. And I'm always going to stream here on Facebook and on YouTube, and post show will always be posted on the weekend, and it'll be on all platforms from Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, the works. So also, I will be launching my actual podcast here very soon as well. So be on the lookout, working with Spotify and some other podcast platforms to do that as well. So if you like this information, give it a like, heart. If you didn't like it, let me know. Here to get better. This is just episode 1 of a billion that are coming. Hopefully this information was good for you guys. I really do appreciate it. Also, matter of fact, I'm gonna do this right now. I have all the links for the information that I talked about today. Everything that I said with stats and statistics are all sourced. I don't make any of this stuff up, guys. Anything that I say on here, I can back it up. And I'm going to post the links right here in the comments in the chat. So if you guys want to check out any of that information from the CDC, CNBC, World Cancer Day, all of the statistics that I had about cancer and overcoming them and overcoming cancer, that was just one that just hit me like the most. I couldn't believe the information that the Cancer Society provided about just being able to avoid cancer by not consuming bad stuff that's bad for your body. Alcohol, smoking, staying active. Those little things are crucial in overcoming cancer. Cancer, one of the deadliest diseases in America. And all you have to do is essentially try to stay healthy. I'm just saying, it sounds simple, but it was far too many of us dying from this stuff. So anyway, great show. Appreciate you guys again. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell for more live Tate Talk action right here. Thank you guys again, and talk to you soon.